Hello there, welcome to your favorite 5 minute program, one day at a time. Today's topic is Neighbors are your first allies, and our text is taken from Genesis chapter 14, verse 13. I will read from the New Living Translation and also the Message translation. When a fugitive came and reported to Abram the Hebrew. Abram was living at the oaks of Mamre the Amorite, brother of Eshcol and Anna. They were allies of Abram. And the New Living Translation now says, but one of Lot's men escaped and reported everything to Abram the Hebrew, who was living near the oak grove belonging to Mamre the Amorite. Mamre and his relative Eshcol and Anna were Abram's allies. What's the meaning of this word ally? According to the dictionary, allies means formally cooperating with another for a military or other purpose. So people that cooperate with one another for a military purpose or for other purpose are called allies. In other words, they cooperate, they are friends, they do things together in common, they help each other out in cases of problems. And from this today's passage, we can see that Mamre was, in other words, like a neighbor to Abram. The Bible says Abram was living at the oak grove, near the oak grove belonging to Mamre, and that Mamre and his other relatives were allies of Abram. So, in other words, he was friends with his neighbors, he was allies with his neighbors, they cooperated with his neighbor. You can see that Abraham is a very good example of a good Christian. He was cooperating with his neighbors. But many of us today, we live with neighbors that we don't even greet. We live with neighbors that we don't even talk to. We cannot knock on the door of our neighbors and ask for help. They cannot knock on our doors and ask us for help. They need one thing or the other, and they would rather go far away to ask than come to you. We should check our lives. That is not right as God's children. Our neighbors should be able to look up to us. They should be able to come to us for help, and we should be able to go to them as well. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 27, from verse 10 to 11, never abandon a friend, either yours or your father's. When disaster strikes, you won't have to ask your brother for assistance. It's better to go to a neighbor than to a brother who lives far away. Why wait to go to your brother that lives far away when you have neighbors? People have been brought into our lives, people that you live around, they are sent by God, either for you to help them or for them to help you. In this life, nobody is an island. And there's this adage that says that a tree cannot make a forest. You can imagine a single tree saying, I'm a forest, I'm a forest. You can see that that tree is deceiving itself. It's when we gather so many trees together, then we can now call it forest. That is how we are with our neighbors. Our neighbors are there to help us, and we are there to help them. We have read so many stories about people that died in their homes just because they could not ask for help. They could not go to their neighbors to say, this is my problem. They die in silence. And so many days later, they are discovered in their homes, dead. When we were growing up, we had neighbors that we attended the same schools. They were like family to us. Some of us ate in one another's homes. We traveled together. We were just like families, and life was so beautiful. Life can be beautiful again. We can make life sweet. We can make life beautiful. We can make life interesting if we go back to such things. Let's make our neighbors our allies. Abraham, who is the father, our father in the Bible, he has showed us an example today. Let's walk in his steps. Let's live our lives in such ways that we can be allies with our neighbors. God bless you till I come your way next week. It's bye for now.